New homes will have electric vehicle chargers from June. Please subscribe to Electric Vehicle News Bitesize on podcast and YouTube. Law changes which will require all new buildings to have an electric vehicle charger have been described as a necessity, with less than 3 months before the new rule. From June 15, 2022, new homes and buildings must be equipped with electric vehicle charging stations, according to the Ministry of Transport. All new residential buildings with associated parking spaces must have access to electric vehicle charging stations. The number of parking spaces with access to an electric vehicle charger must be the total number of associated parking spaces, where there are fewer associated parking spaces than there are dwellings contained in the residential building. If a new residential building has more than 10 parking spaces or more parking spaces than apartments, all parking lots that do not have electric vehicle charging stations must have cable runs. Thomas Edwards, head of marketing at Go With Flow, believes the new law is an important step in ensuring the transition to electric vehicles is as smooth as possible. Proposals requiring new builds to install electric vehicle charge points, first discussed in 2019, mark a very necessary step in enabling decarbonized mobility. The proposed law change can be compared to the European Union's Energy Performance of Buildings Directive, in which new buildings and renovations including car parks are mandated to have the necessary connectivity for smart charge point installation. The law is necessary because for most electric vehicle users, relying on on-demand roadside fueling is neither cost-effective nor feasible. Electricity prices are rising rapidly and further national demand will only reinforce this trend. But home charging will still be cheaper, and if you're buying the exact same product for a fraction of the price, customers may not tolerate spending more elsewhere, except in exceptional circumstances. New homes will have electric vehicle chargers from June. The change in legislation is part of a wider plan to reduce carbon emissions, with £1.3 billion being invested specifically to roll out electric vehicle charging infrastructure. There is also £620 million for targeted vehicle grants and infrastructure in the 2021 spending review. The move also comes before the government bans the sale of new petrol and diesel cars in 2030, followed by a similar ban on new hybrid cars in 2035. Ahead of the COP26 climate conference, Grant Shapps outlined the Department of Transport's plan to make all new road vehicles zero emissions within the next 2 decades. The government has installed more than 250,000 home and workplace chargers in the UK and expects to see further investment in the coming years. Mr. Edwards added, the right infrastructure is critical for the widespread transition to electric vehicles. To support this, it will be critical to develop places such as home, workplace, retail, healthcare and hospitality to provide electricity as a service in the future to attract and retain customers. Government efforts to expand the charging network need to be at this level for infrastructure to be effective. Alternative options, such as the leased driveway scheme, have existed for years but may never be adopted on a large scale because they rely on individuals giving up the freedom to use their own chargers and driveways for others. Adjusting the infrastructure to bring charging points to areas that car users already use regularly, such as offices, retail stores and homes, makes it easier for consumers to switch to electric vehicles, both practically and psychologically. The law also mandates that buildings undergoing major renovations with more than 10 parking spaces must install electric vehicle charging stations. In November 2021, Boris Johnson praised the move, calling it a defining moment as an estimated 145,000 electric vehicle chargers are installed under regulations. Please subscribe to Electric Vehicle News Bitesize on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Overcast, Breaker, Castbox, Pocket Casts, Radio Public, Stitcher, Amazon Music, Audible, Gaana, Samsung Podcasts, YouTube, Google News and Amazon Alexa. Electric Vehicle News Bitesize Flash Briefing or click www.anchor.fm/Daniel Fearns. For more articles, search Top 10 Most Efficient Electric Cars. New homes will have electric vehicle chargers from June.